Let's see if we can. I need a freaking phone holder in this damn thing. Wonder if I can make a little squishy phone holder here. Damn, reception sucks. Let's see. And I'm almost out of juice on the battery. Good thing I got a handy dandy charger here. Let's see how this goes. There's gonna be some good reception and some bad reception. So hopefully the message comes through loud and clear. I thought about getting a video up. I think I was gonna start a chat yesterday, and it just wouldn't. I don't know what happened. So I think that's what happened with the video from yesterday. Half the time I don't have damn reception. I tell you what, man. I mean, not a bad thing if you were in the movie White Noise or not White Noise, whatever that one is where you had to. Maybe it is White Noise where they had to get in the dead zones. But now we got all the way bars, so shit is moving at a breakneck. What I was going to talk about, shit is moving at a breakneck pace. I can't even keep up. It's more information than I ever thought I'd ever have to consume. I think my brain is halfway just, I don't know, man. There's just so much shit. I'm not, I'm not of the thinking of more government in any capacity. Less government, less government, less government. So there's a bunch of that going on because stuff's getting exposed, stuff is getting shut down, employees are being laid off. So you can't argue with that. You can't argue with a bunch of good stuff Trump's doing, but just when he's on a roll, right, he goes off some wacky ass shit talking about taking over Gaza last night. So hopefully that's hyperbole. We don't need to worry about any of that. And the whole Israel thing, and I'm of the both, and I guess I'll die on this cross, right? Maybe I'll be in trouble when I'm judged in the afterlife, but I'm just of the thinking I don't give a shit about the Jews or the Palestinians. I don't care about that whole region. That's a whole region of people that just want to kill each other. Everybody's in a hurry to get to the afterlife over there. And so that'd be stupid. That'd be dumb, and that's stupid. And it's just stupid. So there's other stuff. We're going to transport prisoners from America's hardened prisoners, to these maximum facilities, lock up in El Salvador. Everybody knows that shit ain't. Everybody who's got to have a brain knows that ain't happening. Even as prisoners, these fools have constitutional rights, I'm sure, right? I mean, you could have somebody that needs to be put to death that did a horrendous crime, heinous, horrendous crime, all on video, and you got lawyers and civil, defense, civil rights attorneys, whatever, trying to keep these people alive. So imagine when you try to start shipping them off to other countries. There's just some shit where it's like, damn, the whole my thing is, all of government is compromised. All of it. I don't care, I mean, yeah, let's write a bunch of executive orders, right? But it's not being passed in the Congress and the Senate, right? So, I mean, I'm sure they'll try to get some of these things through. They really only have 2 years before they get some Dems in there, because somehow they're going to get some Dems in there. I mean, he just needs to focus on, like, voter ID and the border. He's trying to heal. He's trying to be like the Miss America pageant and bring peace on earth, peace and harmony. So that is front and foremost. Second, while you're trying to do all this stuff and you're trying to do, you're trying to do all this extra shit, it's like It's like Sarah Huckabee here, trying to do all this extra shit that I don't give a fuck about. Get rid of the state income tax. You know what I'm saying? Just make healthcare private again. Back to the private sector, right? What else could we do? Totally outlaw any type of illegal bullshit as far as illegals being in this state. There's a ton of stuff you could be doing, focusing your laser powers, your super duper laser powers on things that are going to make stuff really great for the people that are wherever here in Arkansas, but just broadly talking for the whole country too. Put the laser focuses on the things that matter. You're going off in too many you think Trump has autism now? I mean, he's all over the place on just doing a bunch of shit through executive order. Executive orders? How about get a tiny ball of stuff done, solidified, get the damn nominations through. These fools are dragging their feet on nominations. And I'm me, I always gotta find a reason to bitch, so that's this video. But get on that shit. Get it passed through the Congress. That way stuff can stick. So it can't be undone if they somehow, some miraculous way, get another communist in after Trump. Make it so the Constitution is what matters. Eliminate all these agencies, right? Eliminate all these agencies and make them have to be brought up before Congress. The Supreme Court's got to get their shit together. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. The Supreme Court's a bunch of wishy-washy retards. I mean, the only solid fool on the whole Supreme Court is what? Clarence Thomas, right? I would say he's pretty solid. Everybody else is so damn wishy-washy. Nappy-ass head, Amy Coney Barrett, whatever. That bitch is stupid. She's just as dumb as Ketanji Brown. Talking about dumb people. This is the whole meat and potatoes of this video that I wanted to get to. The left is calling for violence. The left is openly out there calling for violence. Their shit is being exposed. The money, the NGOs, our tax money, subversion, sedition, and treason against us. We're paying for this through the politicians, through the NGOs. And as they are exposed, they're becoming more rabid. I mean, Soros and all these fools, like him, they're not constrained by the rules or the regulations or the executive orders, whatever Trump wants to do. He could still pump money and piles of bricks and guns and all that shit into these hoods and into these protests and into these inner cities to do a damn I can't see comments, but shout out to everybody in the comments. But he's not constrained. Trump can cut off USA. I mean, these fools have so much money that they've taken, right? You think, okay, that's their slush fund. They don't have a damn rainy day fund. Those fools in these NGOs don't have tons and tons of unaccounted money sitting somewhere, whether it's offshore or whatever. I'm saying the revolution, their communist revolution, will still be financed from abroad, plus money stashed away. And the Democrats, each and every one of them, up there screeching, as pitiful, as feeble, as sorry as fuck as they seem and look, they're calling for violence. That's what they're calling for. I'm watching the videos and I'm watching every other person is trying to get spicier than the other. GD this and these motherfuckers and this, These fools are stupid, especially the bald-headed black bitches. The fucking fat bald-headed black bitch, fuck her. She's just a dumb, fat black bitch with a bald-ass head. Her head is like just as smooth as mine. She looks like a nutsack. I wear a hat on my head or a beanie or whatever so I don't look like a little nutsack. or big old nutsack, but she would look like a big old black nutsack, or she looks like a big old black nutsack. The other bald-headed bitch, tennis ball head with the diaper on her head, Omar, she's out there rebel rousing. They're all out there. Old ass, crusty ass, dirty wolf pussy Maxine Waters with the mustache and all. That bitch is out there calling for violence. She's been calling for violence. I was joking earlier saying since the Bible days, you know, since the Old Testament, Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer been out there fomenting communist bullshit, communist rage. And so, you know, but realistically, I know I can visualize and picture in my head and remember the videos of Maxine Waters out there in the LA riots, before the LA riots, stoking and getting people pissed off and getting them, you know, lubed up and getting ready to burn down LA. Maxine Waters was there. She was there. Look up the videos. Maxine Waters was there. Inciting violence back in 92, 93, 96? 96. 92, 93. I can't remember. You guys let me know. I thought it was 92, 93. 92. I could be wrong. Anyways, that old bitch was there, and she was inciting violence. Here she is. Fast forward to 2025. Think about how old and tired you have to be. What is that? 35 years almost of her telling people to get out on the streets and get into people's faces and get violent. I don't care how they try to water it down when these CNN panelists, when they try to water down what these Democrats are saying out there. No, these fools, if there was ever a dog whistle, if there was ever a little gay ass coded language, it'd be the Democrats, because what they basically do is they go out there and they call for violence, but they literally say it openly, but they say it so softball, so casual, you know, so cavalierly that it's almost, you know, like, hey, we're not calling for violence. I know we're you know, we're saying to have violence, but that's not really what we're saying. Listen to our tone. Yeah, we're yelling and we're screeching like banshees, but that doesn't mean nothing. You know, like, don't believe your lying eyes. That's the whole thing with the Democrats. Don't believe your lying eyes. And if you can't trust yourself, if you can't trust your own eyes, who the hell can you trust? And it's just crazy that anybody wants to still be on this plantation. The plantation mind fuckery, you know? It's crazy how people can go out there and call for violence like they're doing, and they're not going to stop until they get the violence they want. The protests are getting a little bit spicier each night, and they're only mostly in the big cities. I mean, you've seen, I don't know if you've seen, I think it was yesterday or the day before, even in Vegas, they're out there protesting, throwing shit at the cops, doing that whole song and dance, you know, and it's just, it brings nobody onto your cause, but they know that. It's all intimidation. It's all, the more they can get people to freak out and do crazy shit, and then people at home are sitting there watching that at TV, they recoil in fear, because this country's, you know, there's a lot of patriots, but there's a lot of pussies, you know, so they get scared, they get intimidated, and before you know it, they're back to voting Democrat. It doesn't matter that all their monies is being exposed as destroying America and pushing pedophilia and gay shit all around the world. I mean, that's what the crux of the Democrat, the NWO globalists want to do. They want you to eat bugs. They want you to drive cars that don't work. They want you to pay astronomical prices for power that's not reliable. And it's just the same dumb shit. And I see them, yeah, exposing them, but I see them exposing the Democrats, but I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I mean, they openly want civil war. There's so many millions of people here that they could just activate their people. You know, the days, months will get only crazier. Even if Trump's pumping out executive orders, this, that, and the other, it can only get crazier from here because the Democrats are more and more. They're going to run out of power. I'm going to run out of signal here. They're going to run out of power. They're going to be totally out of power. They're going to be desperate. They got cash money. I mean, look at that damn trans serial killer cult that's up there in Vermont or whatever. That there's secret rough cover it. They've trained up. They've tuned up a bunch of wind-up monkeys in this country. You got to. What up, Hikes? What up, Sap? What up, Walt? What up, Carson? Yorktown? New Revolution? What up, dude? Where the hell you been, man? Yeah, I don't know if we're in the last days, man. I mean, sometimes I think that, sometimes I just don't know. I'm really without an opinion what the future holds anymore. I feel like true liberty and freedom is not all the way attainable. I mean, I try my hardest, and I feel pretty free, and I feel like I have a lot of liberty, but then I get a tax bill, then I get a IRS bill. Making more money in my life, that's good. But I mean, the money it's not crazy amount, but it's a good amount still at the end of the year. Even all the taxes I paid throughout the year, big time taxes, I still owe some money. So I'm gonna go try to see a CPA and see if I'm doing something wrong, but it's just stupid. Our whole system is set up for like us lower people, say us people that make under 100,000 to always be struggling. If you make over 100,000 a year by yourself, that's a damn good living. Almost anywhere in the country, right? I mean, maybe in New York or some of these other places that your dollar won't go as far, obviously, but 100,000 is good money. That's good money in Arkansas. So, I mean, I didn't make 100,000. I was projected to make a little bit under 100,000, and I came short, kind of a lot shorter than I thought. So, still, I mean, that ain't shit. That ain't shit. For as much taxes as they took to still have, I just, I don't feel all the way free. Then there's your property tax. I mean, I always end up getting a bunch of money back each year from Arkansas when I file my taxes, which I'm not whatever, but it almost evens out on the property tax and what you get back for paying state tax. it basically washes out to zero. What I've experienced so far, owning land, having it doesn't always feel that free. I mean, I think I'm more free than your average person, and I'm more free than I've ever been in my life, but you know, the taxes, the stuff that makes it harder for people to raise a family and create wealth of their own, those are hard, you know, those things are hard alone without government interference. Government interference, whether it's federal or state, it's just a monkey on your back that you can never shake. So you're always playing from behind. And I'm not saying a victim thing, like, damn it, thing keeps cutting out. Then I'm not looking at it. So I don't know, where was I? Yeah, so I don't know, man. The people in this country that make the most money obviously pay the most taxes. That's if you did away with the income tax, whether it's state tax, federal taxes, the middle class would prosper more, in my opinion. People still do what they do, right? They keep a ton of their money, they wouldn't have to pay taxes, right? More money than ever. To me, it's a win-win. But you know, tax how we are. We are the end of the day. You're gonna tax like 40%, probably what, federal, state, and then sales tax, probably more. I'm being probably nice. It's probably 50 to 60% on taxes alone that you're taking from regular folks. So say at the day, the middle class person, this lower class folk, whatever we're calling ourselves here, that person, you're taking at least half or more than half of their wealth each paycheck. So a rich person, you're not taking half of their wealth, and I'm not being an activist to tax the rich more. All I'm saying is, even at a high tax, even if, you know, a rich person gets a check and it's taxed at 50% straight off the bat before sales tax and all that kind of stuff, you know, they have a ton of wealth. They can. That's why the rich people don't give a fuck. They just keep voting for dumb shit, right? Because they can absorb all the dumb shit, the higher taxes, the more regulation, the legislation, another form. Meanwhile, cash person fucking death. And I'm telling you right now, I've worked my ass off, especially like the last 7 years, like a dog the last 7 years. What do I have to show for it? I'm gonna say nothing. But you think if you toiled for 7 long years, not that I haven't been working hard, but 7 years of fact that I really set my whole game, might be 8 years, where I switched up my whole game and went from like working inside to being an outside worker and doing leadership where I could, whether it was roofing or manufacturing plant, but I don't know what to call that, laboring. I think that's a better word. When I switched from being an inside guy to being a more labor intensive person, my money has gone up. My thing is I've kind of worked for big companies, so that's. But I don't know where I was going with this, but I would just think that I would have more after, let's say, 8 years of working like a dog, being a roofer, working in a gypsum plant, wallboard plant. What else did I do? I did asphalt, resort here. Dog days of summer, that's fucking fast, but it was like running a resort. with the labor. Point is, I just really would have thought that I would have had a lot more. And when I look at it, when I'm at my place and I look at the stuff that I've accumulated since I moved to Arkansas, it's a bunch. But you know how much stuff I could have? You know how much stuff I could have done if we had no income tax, if we had no state tax? We had no state tax. That'd be cool too. But it's not even the state tax that's hurting me. It's the federal income tax. All that bullshit. That's what's hurting me. And then at the end of the year, being told that you owe more. Can you imagine getting $40,000 taken out of your check in taxes, and then at the end of the year, they tell you still owe some more money in taxes? So, you see, this is a new revolution here, and this is tough. Roboting. I got the best reception right now. Better not be roboting. How am I doing now? Still roboting? I do talk kind of like a robot anyways, like a monotone robot. So I don't know, man. We'd be way more free. We could have a lot more liberty. I mean, can you imagine being those first couple folks on the earth not being ruled by men, with the Adam and Eve, first two ungoverned folks in society, in the world, on earth, just telling them, don't do this one thing. Just don't do this one thing. But man, woman, they just can't help themselves. So, so many people on the planet, it drives me crazy to think that we want freedom, a whole lot more freedom, all around the world. It's mind-boggling that more folks don't stand up. There's not a lot of harm to the populace. I don't know where I was going. Other than the Democrats are calling for violence. That's really where I was going with the chat. Democrats calling for violence. That's every video I watch. I'm on the radio. I mean, I'm getting inundated. So much info that my brain scrambled. I feel like I'm heading away. So much info to digest. One thing I want to point out that before I get off here, Elon's using a bunch of like young hacker types, I guess is the easiest thing for people to probably understand, right? And the Democrats are bashing them and like name calling on these kids. I don't know what the word I am looking for, but they just don't have, they're just fucking shitty people. It don't matter who it is, they'll shit on their own mothers. You know, Democrats are just demons. They should be kept far, far away from power. And the very honest thing, or the very great thing that's honestly kind of a blessing, if you've seen parts of the DNC convention where they're picking their leadership and all that for the DNC, thank goodness. Thank goodness for retards and faggots. Because without that, without retards and faggots, you know, the Democrats might get their shit together, but they just can't help themselves. They double down on that faggot stuff. They just can't help themselves, and so they're always going to be faggot losers. Hopefully, kept away from power for forever. So I don't know. Let me know what you think.